With the confirmation of charges hearing of former President Duterte happening next week, relatives of drug war victims have been allegedly receiving threats from Duterte supporters. In The Hague, Duterte's defense team has made a last-ditch effort to disqualifying Filipino lawyers representing the victims from the proceedings. Mobile Journal Denise Valdesancho with tonight's big story.
The prosecution takes no position. This was the response by International Criminal Court prosecutors to the motion of defense lawyers to disqualify external legal representatives of victims in the case against former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte. This was made clear by Deputy Prosecutor Ma Mandyaya Nyang in a 3-page document dated February 16. Nyang informed the chamber that the prosecution will not take a stance on the motion and will stand by the chamber's ruling. In an 11-page filing on February 12, Defense Counsel Nicholas Kaufman sought to have Filipino lawyers Joel Butuyan and Gilbert Andres removed as legal representatives of victims in the ICC proceedings. Kaufman also sought the disqualification of Nicole Arquena, who was recently designated by the ICC as case manager for the victims. The defense asked the ICC's pretrial chamber 1 to revoke the lawyer's designation, alleging conflict of interest. They claimed that Butuyan and Andres have a professional relationship with Arquena, having worked with her at Center Law Philippines. Butuyan was a managing partner and Andres a senior partner from 2019 to 2023. Should they be disqualified, the defense pointed out that an attorney from the Office of Public Counsel for the victims may represent the interests of the victims. The confirmation of charges hearing in Duterte's case is scheduled to begin on Monday, February 23, in The Hague. But this early, relatives of drug war victims claim they have received threats from Duterte supporters. ICC Assistant to Counsel Cristina Conti divulged this information in a press conference of the Duterte Panagutin Network.
May ganong threat na paatrasin o patahimikin yung mga biktima. Sa kabilang banda, kapag pumunta doon, syempre hindi na rin namin alam yung emosyon ng mga tao, pero nakakakuha kami ng sentimiento na hindi welcome ang mga biktima, hindi welcome ang mga abogado ng biktima sa The Hague. Lalo na sa mga lugar na idineklara na nila na Duterte Street, Duterte Park, na parang hindi daw yon, hindi welcome ang mga quote-unquote, akala nila sinasabi nilang anti-Duterte.
Conti says many victims' relatives want to witness the hearing firsthand, but are now having second thoughts for fear of their safety. The group, Conti says, is also trying to tame attacks online from paid trolls.
May ibang totoong tao, may ibang hindi. Kaya hirap din po kami kung papaano sasalagin ang isang troll army na hindi mo kita agad at hindi mo naiintindihan. Ang timing, mukhang sa hapon, depende din sa instructions. Magkakasabay. So, yung inauthentic behavior, it comes at a particular time, number 1. Number 2, pare-pareho po ng script. So, yan yung isang sinusubukan namin na meron ding counter-troll armies. At ito po, mga totoong tao.
Conti also confirmed the possibility of the prosecution calling in 2 witnesses for the confirmation of charges hearing. These witnesses are said to have knowledge on how the drug war was planned and executed. There have been speculation that self-confessed Davao Death Squad hitman Edgar Matabato and former police colonel Royina Garma will stand as witnesses against Duterte. Conti, however, dismissed this, saying the witnesses will only be known during the hearing itself. Conti also believes Duterte will be present in the February 23 proceedings, and it is expected that the defense will play up their claim of Duterte's deteriorating health.
Pinaghahandaan din po namin at hindi lang ng mga biktima, pati ng mga advocates, ang pagharap niya bilang kakaibang tao na. At baka po ang itsura niyan ay mukha po siyang ermitanyo. Ayon sa salaysay na rin ng kanyang mga kaanak. Siya po ay payat, pero glowing, sabi ng kanyang dating asawa. Ang kanya pong buhok ay maputi na, posibleng pinahaba. So sabi nga namin, payat na Santa Claus.
For human rights lawyer Nery Colmenares, whatever factor the defense will use in court does not erase the ordeal the families and relatives experienced from the killings. Colmenares has also been giving legal assistance to the drug war victims.
Ang pinaka-main na masasabi namin sa shock and awe o kung ano pa man yung gawin nila ay yung katotohanan. Ang katotohanan at ang karapatan ng lahat na maghanap ng hustisya. Tingin ko yung mensahe na yon, maintindihan niya nino man, pro-Duterte o hindi pro-Duterte, kasi marami rin silang alam na walang hustisya pero pinatay o ninakawan o ni-rape o kung ano pa man at naghanap din sila ng hustisya.
According to the ICC, Duterte's February 23 hearing will run for 5 hours with breaks in between. This proceeding will determine whether or not sufficient evidence exists to move the case forward to trial. The ICC case stems from allegations tied to charges of crimes against humanity, allegedly committed in the Philippines between November 2011 and March 2019. That's when Digong was mayor and later on president. The 80-year-old former Philippine leader remains in ICC detention in The Hague, Netherlands, since his arrest on March 11, 2025.